Hello friends, it's me Mahrose Technologywali from Rehanschool Munawar campus. Today on our podcast, we are honored to welcome a very inspiring guest from the United States, Miss Kimberly Whiffling, the founder and president of Whiffling Consulting. She is a global leadership expert, a passionate consultant, and someone who has worked with professionals across the world to create real positive change in organizations. Let's dive into her journey, her work, and what we can learn from her experience. Welcome to the show, Miss. How are you?
Thank you so much. It's an honor to connect to you. I'm very excited to be able to talk with you today. Yay!
Thank you so much, Miss. I have seen your video with Sir Rehan. It was so interesting. I think you are also a motivational speaker because by what you motivate and give advices. So it's amazing. And now I'm getting conversation with you and making my time so beautiful. Thank you so much. But I want to say thank you so much, Mister. You gave us your precious time. I know you're very busy, but you separate my invitation. Thank you so much. So, Miss, my first question is with you from that you are from the US and I am from Pakistan. So, what's something you admire about cultures different from your own?
I love the different music, the food. When I travel, it's always so amazing to connect and experience the different culture. I mean, mostly music and food was what I love to experience. I find the people, I have so much in common, right? We're all human beings. So when I travel, I find what we share as people and what's different, that's wonderful to experience. So having a wonderful meal in another location or hearing a concert with local music. It's so incredible. Or seeing dance. I mean, last year I traveled from Romania all the way through Eastern Europe and Central Europe to Amsterdam. And I got to experience food and dance and the music from each of the regions we passed through. That was most stunning for me.
Okay, so many countries you have been?
Oh my gosh, I don't know, maybe 30. Um, I think I've worked with people from over 50, maybe 60 countries, but I have actually visited, oh my gosh, maybe 30. I went to,
Oh,
for the
wow,
first
that's
time,
so amazing.
last year, I went for the first time ever to South America, to Chile, to the very, very southern tip of South America to work with some astrophysicists. But yeah, most of my work has been in Asia or Europe. And sometimes, my visiting has been in Europe because I went on a wonderful cruise to see these wonderful places. But when I cruise, I also see people I know because we've worked together. Because some of my clients, some people that hire me, they do business in over 100 countries. So when they bring people to my workshop, they're from 10 or 20 different countries. Yeah.
That's so amazing experience. So, Miss, have you ever been in Pakistan?
No, the closest I've been, I was in the Kerala region of India. I was working there a few years ago. And that was the first time I ever got over into that region. Someday. I've worked in Bangkok, Thailand quite a few times. I've worked in China. I have never been to Pakistan. What's it like?
Okay, so when you if in future if you ever if you ever come in Pakistan, so I want you to please come and see our Rehan school. That how Sir Rehan describe you. that how in physically we are working and we are studying. So it's my invitation for you, Miss.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I also think the language is also very interesting because so many people learn to speak English. I always like to learn a little bit, at least a little bit of the language. Maybe you can teach me how to speak in Pakistan.
Yeah. So in Pakistan, mostly people speak in Urdu language.
Urdu.
So I can in English we say hello, but in Urdu we say assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Oh my God. I will have to
Say
practice.
hello, we say assalamu alaikum, and in the answer we say wa alaikum assalam.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I will have to practice a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult, but I think it's a easy. As I said it, my name is Mahrose, but in Urdu we say मेरा नाम Mahrose है. So
Oh my gosh.
okay, so it's a, I think it's not a little bit difficult. It seems in your eye that which language you think that's so difficult for you to learn or speak.
I think Chinese is quite difficult because they have sounds that I don't use. There's some sounds that I didn't learn to use in my language. And so I have trouble hearing them and I have trouble making the sounds. Yeah.
Same. It's so difficult for me to learn. I whenever I never like know about it. I have also watched a number of dramas and films, but I didn't get but something like learn from any in Chinese language. So, Miss,
Yeah.
how many languages you can speak?
Oh, only really English well.
Hmm.
I studied French for 4 years, but I can't really speak it like a conversation. And I
Yeah.
also, um, yeah, I also can speak a little Japanese, but the Japanese I work with, they always said, I don't speak English. They say in English. So I learned to say, 日本語が少し話せます。でもまだ全然わかりません. So they say,
Okay.
oh, you say in perfect Japanese, you do not understand Japanese. And I said, well, you say in perfect English, I don't speak English.
Uh, so you say okay, I should learn Japanese or to talk with them. So it's
Yeah, I
also
can't. No, because they know they study for, oh my God, they study for 10 years how to speak English, but they're afraid to make mistakes.
yeah, but I guess like when we talk, like how now I'm talking to you, so it makes perfect our communication skills and how we can talk with foreign people. So, Miss, have you ever worked with Pakistani clients or professionals? If yes, so what was the experience like?
I have never. I mean, of course, I've when Rehan came to the Silicon Valley, I had a party at my house. I asked everyone, please come, enjoy. But no, I have never worked with any Pakistani clients. Now I'm working with a colleague from Pakistan. He co-facilitates workshops with me, but no, I never, never did.
Okay. So, what do you think like American professionals can learn from Pakistanis and vice versa?
Oh, well, of course, we have to have a global view. It's a very big world. There's over 200 countries. There's a lot of companies that do business in over 100 countries. There's some companies that do business in 200, almost 200 countries. I think that it's from an economic standpoint, we need to understand we are all connected. And I really love the wisdom I heard that when products and services and money cross the borders of countries, bullets and bombs do not.
Okay. So, Miss, what do you think? No, sorry. What was your perception of Pakistan before, and has it changed recently, like when you met with Sarahan?
Oh, yes, of course. Oh my gosh, when I met him, uh yeah, when I met him, I honestly was so amazed first of all, I didn't meet him until after I met a lot of the students. The students found me. They started inviting me to do podcasts. And I was like, wow, these students, they know great English. They can prepare for interviews. They're so good with the technology. I had no idea that Pakistan had such advanced students because I know something about the poverty level of certain countries. So I
Yeah, you
was
are right.
totally amazed. Yeah. So yeah, because when I went to India, there was a big, beautiful house mansion, and beside it, very poor people living in, and then another beautiful house, and then beside it, people living in boxes. I'm like, what? It's very interesting. What is it called? Like a contrast for me.
Okay, so Miss,
Mhm.
how do you think youth in both countries can build bridges through technology and businesses?
Um, Yeah, I think first of all, personal connections. I think it's really important to have those personal connections, to be friends, to learn about each other's culture, like you said, and to care about what the other people like. When I work with so many people from different countries who all work for the same global corporation, for example. So if all these people from different countries work for one global business, like a Japanese company, then if some earthquake happens or tsunami or some, you know, disaster, everyone from all over the world is writing to each other, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" They care about each other, and I honestly think that is so much more valuable than some of what maybe even the United Nations can do. When we make personal connections to each other, we care. As a human being, we care about each other. Mm.
Yeah, you are right, Miss. And you also mentioned in your Facebook that working for a better world for all. So
That's
means
right.
yeah,
You know it. You know it. Oh my
means
God.
you want to work for like a humanity for whole the world. So that's so great, and I really love it. So Miss, tell us the story behind Whiffling Consulting. What inspired you to start it?
Oh my gosh. Wow. Long time ago, the economy in the Silicon Valley just fell apart. There was all kinds of crazy stuff going on, and suddenly, boom, had a terrible collapse of the business economy. So all kinds of businesses shut down, and I was working for a startup. The funding was withdrawn, it was pulled back, and then I said, "Oh, I have no job. Okay, well, let me start my own." Because I had been doing a little bit of consulting over the last 5 years before that, just on the side, doing some coaching and stuff like that. But when the economy collapsed, it was called the dot com bust. I said, okay, I start my business. Now, it was really hard because I didn't have any work. For first year, I did a lot of things for free, and then I got some consulting work, and little by little, it took over 3 years to start to make some real money.
Yeah,
But that was
it's
a
so
good
great.
experience for me.
Yeah, it was your such a good decision to start your own business. So, what challenges did you face as a woman starting your own consulting company, and how did you overcome them?
Um, yeah, challenges. Oh, I mean, the challenges I faced mostly were when I was working in the business world, working for companies. When I started my own business, I was so lucky because I met Japanese, and then they took me over to work with Japanese companies. And in Japan, I'm not a man, I'm not a woman, I'm like alien. I have no gender. But when I worked in Hewlett Packard, there was a lot of gender bias issues because I'm a woman who has a master's in physics and I was working in engineering. So it was quite challenging to be accepted and respected as a technical professional when I look like this. But yeah, but as a consultant, I don't know, maybe maybe there are issues, but I'm not really aware of them. Although sometimes I wonder why people don't value me more. One guy told me, "Well, you should have a tall white man stand in front of you and tell you what you." I'm like, "What, really? No, I just want to focus on who wants me, right? Who
Wow,
wants
that's
something that
great.
I can do?
These
Yeah,
surrounding peoples are so matter who surrounded us, because if they are positive, it gives us positive energy. If they're negative, so it gives us negative energy. So you
that's
focus
right.
a lot. Yeah, you focus a lot on leadership transformation. So how do you define a great leader in today's world?
Oh, a great leader. Well, I don't define it. I let the experts define it. There's lots of research for the past 30 years from Barry Posner and Jim Kouzes, and it's published in the Leadership Challenge book about what makes a great leader. Most important is to be an example of how you want other people to be. So if you want to be a great leader, you have
Hmm.
to act like a leader, communicate like a leader,
Yeah,
think like a leader, and be that example. If you say one thing and do a different
yeah,
thing, people don't follow you. And then you have to
yeah.
inspire them. What is the vision? Where are we going? What is our shared big vision of the future, right? Those are the two most important things, I think.
Because action speaks louder than words, so it's right that we have
Oh,
to
yeah.
show by our like action that we are leader, not by words. Because people sometimes they speak and they forget it next day what they say, but people, other people, they always remember the action what they say. So you are right, Chris. So
Ah.
have you, yeah, have you ever mentored someone from a developing country, or what advice would you give young professionals in Pakistan?
Well, I have mentored people through Founder Institute. I mentor startups. And yeah, I mean, when I mentor startups, they could be from different parts of the world. And I think recently I'm mentoring someone who's from Vietnam, for example. And I just advise you get a mentor. I have learned so much from mentors, learn from other people. And then I advise them to think about what are your strengths, right? What are you great at? Don't try to be like someone else. Find out your strengths and then be willing to take the time to explore, your big why purpose, your big who, the stakeholders that you want to delight, and big what exactly would success be for you. So many people, they just jump into figuring out how to do it. Here's a list, just do this, take this action. No, there's no need to take action until you know why you're doing it, who you're doing it for, and what exactly you are trying to achieve, because most people don't want to spend time planning. Now, after you have a plan, don't plan perfect. Just make a good enough plan. And then you can experiment, you can prototype, you can take necessary risks, you can learn from mistakes, and then you can do again. It's called iterate. You don't have to make a perfect plan, but you shouldn't start just doing things without getting more clear. It's like jumping on your bicycle and riding as fast as you can, but no destination.
Right, like in our life we should also sometimes take a risk, because without risk, like if you started your own business, so we sometimes we have to take a risk. So
Yeah,
yeah, and sometimes we feel like taking risk may be I lose or get. So I think first we have should experience, or we can also learn by someone else experience, and then we can do anyone. So miss, what are
absolutely.
the, yeah? So what are the most common problems you solve for global companies, and how does culture impact those problems?
I'm not really an expert in culture. I mean, the most common problems I think are common to human beings. I mean, when I work a lot with Japanese companies, so I can say one thing. In Japan, they're so focused on making everything perfect. Okay, that makes it really hard to do innovation. So I have to really encourage them. Take necessary risks, experiment, prototype. It's not a mistake, it's an experiment. It's not a failure, it's a prototype. So I think that's the one culture I'm most familiar with. I've been to Japan over 100 times, and I would say that they are really changing now. They're becoming true innovators. It's quite inspiring, actually.
Yeah, you are right. It sometimes we have also experience, and getting failed doesn't mean it is a sign that we are trying to do something. It's okay. Sometimes things take too much time, like many days, many months, or sometimes years. So, but in the end, we get our solution, our result, or reward. So, if you could spend 1 week in Pakistan, so where would you go and what would you love to experience?
I would only want to go to the Rehanschool. I want to see the school. I want to meet the students. I want to see what is your life like. It's so exciting. Oh my gosh.
We also want to meet you, Miss. If you in future, if you come, so we welcome you to come visit our Rehan school. There are many branches, like there are two branches in Karachi, and there is also academy. It's like like a religion academy. So where we
Oh,
study like with like technology.
wow, cool. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So like as we read like our holy book in with the help of laptop and mobile and studying. So there is also, so I want you to come and see. We really love it and we really enjoy with you, and we have the opportunity, miss, to learn many things from you. Okay,
Wow,
so
thank you so much. Thank you.
imagine you are mentoring a young girl in Pakistan who wants to be a global consultant. What's the first thing you would tell her?
Want to be a global consultant? Oh my gosh. Huh. First thing is they say figure out what is the pain for which you are the painkiller. And find something that you are really great at, that there is a big need, and then do an experiment. Find some way you can do an experiment with a global community and say, hey, I would like to be getting some feedback on my consulting offering. Can you please let me do a session for you in exchange for your feedback? And then see what happens. Yeah. And that's how
Yeah.
I got my first business, my consulting business long time ago. I said, I want to offer you 1 hour of free consulting in exchange for your feedback on my process. And I called about 12 of my friends, and about six of them said, sure, let me help you. And about three of them said, please come back. I want to pay you.
Okay, so you know that in this era, technology is being developed. So, what's your opinion about like remote work across culture teams? Do you think it's the future?
Oh, absolutely. Diverse teams produce better results, and cross cultural teams can have perspectives from different places. It's a global marketplace. We need to have global cross cultural teams, and we need different kinds of perspectives also. We need some kind of technical people, some more marketing people, some people who are more into communities, some people who are more wildly creative, some people who are good at planning. So that it's really tough. Yeah.
Yeah, you are right because we learn each other by our connection. And as you know that now we are doing interview with the help of technology. We are too far, but this technology make us,
Uh-huh.
closer, and we are share our opinion. So it's so amazing. So thank you so much, Miss, to give us your precious time. I really love to talk with you. It really makes my day, make a smile on my face, learn many things about you like leadership or so many things. So Thank you so much, Miss, once again.
Oh, my pleasure. You're delightful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care. Come visit me sometime in Silicon Valley.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Bye bye, friends.
Bye bye.